Dudes,
Tunes,
and bros.
and brews.
We're adults.
We're dudes.
Listen to tunes.
Listen to tunes.
Drinking some brews.
Drinking some brews.
We're adults.
We're dudes.
Listening to tunes.
Listening to tunes.
And drinking some brews.
And drinking some brews. Yep, now we're recording.
Alright.
On this
Welcome to Dudes.
Tunes
And brews.
and brews.
We got a special guest tonight. You've heard his voice before. You've heard his hands. Probably felt him a few times.
Yes.
Mr. Collin.
Banks.
Collin Banks, not Colin Hanks.
That's
Okay?
right.
He's not Colin Hanks.
I was not in Orange County.
I've never seen a movie all the way through.
I mean,
I haven't either. I've just seen it on Comedy Central. I've never actually seen the movie.
I remember the film coming out. It was like an MTV film.
Yeah.
I used to really get excited about those because they had a pretty good run of movies for a long time. Like Joe's Apartment.
they did have a lot of movies produced at one moment.
Yeah. They had a hand in the Jackass stuff too.
Napoleon
And that was
Dynamite.
huge.
True.
Yeah, it's good run. Good run with the MTV films. Well, we're going through the Dudes, Tunes, and Brews box tonight. That's why there's a lot more noise. I just gave Harley some gifts.
Some VHS cassette tapes.
That's what friends do. And now we are pulling out the stack, which is getting heavy. I don't know if my
We don't need a new
small
box.
man arms can handle such a stack.
You gotta get a back brace
That's a
just to
full-figured
lift it.
woman right there. Oh, and I almost forgot for your son.
Ah, the He-Man, little He-Man doll.
That's the second run. That's the 2000s edition, which is my personal favorite.
Did you know that He-Man was like the first toy line to be produced? That all the dolls and accessories were sorted out and being made, and then they made a cartoon for the show. Like they made these toys, developed a backstory, and then produced the show in support of the toys to sell the crap out of the toys.
That's pretty awesome. That's kind of like Pirates of the Caribbean, how it was a ride for all those years. And then like, we got the name, we got some pirates, let's just make a movie, Pirates of the Caribbean. So you hire in some writers, and then boom, you got this huge franchise up of just like, well, they've done that with a lot of random things, though it seems like it shouldn't work. But I
Yeah.
guess,
Yeah. What's that one show that's on MTV or something? It's like, it's newer nowadays. It's called like Riverdale or something like that.
Oh, is
and
it?
it's about the Archie comics.
That's on the Netflix, isn't it? Or
Is it?
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know
not-
where the original run is. I don't know if it's an original or what, but I've seen it on there. Yeah, it's like Archie Comics, but it's
Yeah.
like 90210.
Oh wow!
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
I don't know what it's like.
So
but
is it drama?
It's like teenage drama.
Oh, screw that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's like a mystery scenario. No?
Like Scooby-Doo?
Kind
Like they're
of.
solving mysteries?
Maybe I'm just thinking that
Like
because
teenage drama mystery.
Right.
they had a cartoon that was on the Cubo. Do you know Cubo?
I know Cubo.
Yeah, the kids station or whatever.
Mhm.
Well, they at night they were playing like Archie mysteries, and it's this really bizarre show that was actually semi-okay for what it was worth. It could have been any characters. They just happened to have Archie comic characters in there.
Yeah.
But Cubo late at night, I don't know if they still do this or not. They used to have this thing called Night Owl to pull this back to the He-Man thing. They did all this filmation block from like midnight till like 6 in the morning, where they would play an hour of He-Man, an hour of She-Ra, an hour of it's another show that they did with like this Indian sheriff on this planet called New Texas, Bravestar.
I don't know that one.
Oh, it's very cool. I've actually got it down there. I can show it to you later. But it was just a whole block of like these like crazy 80s cartoons that they made toys of, and so pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
Free television.
Free television. Yeah. So,
Nice.
so Josh is breaking out the stack here.
It's a good selection.
He's pulling them out of the box and setting them up on the table.
I got a pretty good idea of what I was wanting to play tonight, but as I'm pulling these out, it kind of pulls my brain to certain other potential albums, because the stack has grown. It's almost doubled since the original run. I found some hidden CDs that I'd planned for the stack that I had somehow put back, and then Harley here has been out in the thrift stores.
Yeah, I brought a few today. Another half dozen or so to throw in.
What's the few that you brought in?
Oh, where'd they go?
I think they might have been integrated already. Nay? No?
There was some Enya.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Could you
Enya.
sing one of her songs?
No, because every time I think of Enya, I think of one of those commercials in the late 90s, early 2000s for those compilations. And Enya would always be on them. You know what I'm saying?
That's the one with like the chanting monk song and
Yeah,
stuff, right?
Only Time.
Return to innocence.
Exactly. See, it's in your brain.
I love that song. That's actually in a Chevy Chase movie.
Well, I always think of that song, and I always attribute it to Enya, but that's not Enya.
No, that's definitely not
That was a
Enya.
group I think called Enigma. And
Enigma.
Enya's song was the second one on that commercial after that song.
Say the way, say
That's
the way,
it.
say the way. Say the
Right?
way, say the way, say the way. Pure moon.
Yes.
Yeah, I
That's
wasn't
right.
brainwashed as a child.
No, not at all. Indoctrinated that television music compilations are the way to go.
Pretty much. I think that's how you're going to sell future albums. I have found my album choice.
Alright.
Should I pull the stack out for all intensive purposes? All intents
And purposes.
Intensive purposes? Isn't that how they say it here in Indiana? For all intensive. These purposes are intense.
If.
They're intensive. So we'll put that down in things you shouldn't say around Learnful.
Well, if you got a CD, we should probably get a beer.
I think that's a good way to start things off, and we actually doubled up on beer tonight because that's how things go around here on Dudes, Tins, and Brews. Collin, not Hanks Banks, brought in his own delicious brew, and once again he got an awesome one just solely off of the label itself.
Yeah, pretty much. Just looking at it and being like, yeah, I've never had this one before. I really want to try it. Something by Elysian. We can get the name here, and
Well,
right now if we want.
let's get it.
Yeah,
Let's
do
go.
it.
Go grab the beer here.
Going to get the
Brews.
beers. How you doing?
Yeah, we can just take the
Pretty
whole
good.
thing out. Yeah.
I've got my trusty can opener here that I use to open up bottles. That's right. That's right.
I need a bottle opener. Dang it.
Here, let's use this, my friend. We've come to terms with the fact that we are ill prepared for the.
Yeah, the cup's got the frost has already gone off the
It's
cup,
okay. Welcome to
Where's
summer.
Where's the bottle side?
I just use this
so-
part
You don't know how to-
here.
Oh, come on, dude.
No, man.
We're learning here, man.
Generation gap.
Well, that's like usually used for like.
Just get mad at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God
Yeah.
dang it.
Yep.
I can't even get a
working
hold on
hard
it.
to
Yeah.
open that beer with this can opener here.
Yeah. How am I still ill prepared? I said aloud to my friends.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, he's got it.
It's got a grip on it.
Ah, get it.
Oh. Oh.
It's so close.
I don't think this is happening, ladies and gentlemen.
I got a lot.
Yeah, we got-
There it goes.
Yeah!
Yes!
And thank you for staying for this episode of
Can
Embarrassing
we open a
Moments.
beer?
Can we open a beer? Embarrassing moments on Dudes, Tins, and Brews. Okay, so we got one of those beers open. Would you like one, my friend?
Yeah, sure.
And in the end of the day, you find out that they're twist offs. What would you do? Whoever did, as he made. Oh, there's a smaller, slightly more shallow end.
Yeah. Because I had to turn it around to get to the.
You got turned.
Got it turned.
Got turned.
All right.
Elysian
Dayglow.
IPA.
It is in fact an IPA.
It is indeed an IPA. Dayglow IPA. Dayglow crashes the party with a juicy beat of hops, dripping with tropical, sunshiny mosaic and sparkling with touches of El Dorado and Centennial. Contains wheat. Alcohol 7.4% by volume.
7.4% by volume. And it's not quite a full glass. One pour is not for the size of our cups here. It's a very beautiful pour, though. Not a very large head to it. Do you prefer a good head on a beer, or is it just depend? Is it subjective?
Yeah, I mean, I could take them or leave them. I don't want a lot.
All right.
Maybe under
Goats.
an inch.
Shall we? Clanky.
Clinky.
Oh yeah,
That's real nice.
that is really nice.
I like it.
That is just right there where it needs to be, in the very middle.
Yeah.
Not too tart, not too bitter.
Not too hoppy. It's got enough hops, but it's not too hoppy.
The hops come back with a nice little kiss, and yeah.
Good amount of citrus.
Definitely. I'm tasting
Yeah.
like grapefruit or orange right
Yeah.
now.
Ah, yes.
Something citrusy.
Yeah, it's very mid. It's kind of like those little oranges, the
Clementines.
Yeah, the ones on the go. They're awesome. You put like 3 in your lunchbox, eat them anywhere.
The four in your mouth at once.
Yeah,
You just
yeah.
swallow them
You just eat the whole orange.
like
you're like-
aspirin.
Yeah.
You got enough fiber, enough vitamin C, some acids in your guts.
Mosquitoes stay away from you.
Oh yeah, you just rub the peel on you.
That's right.
Yeah.
It really is a quick way to freshen up, though. If you got some orange peels, who doesn't like that? You're
Perfect for your next whore bath.
Not, yeah. Nature,
Yeah.
it'll clean you up.
Right?
You know what else will clean you up? Bleach.
Yeah. Especially whenever you drink it.
Yeah, I just drink it and then
We do not advocate the drinking of bleach here on the
We do not.
No, this is all satire. If you gotta say it though, it kills it, right? I just killed the satire vibe. Is that like breaking the fourth
Why is
wall?
your tire sad?
My tire's sad because I just ignore it most of the time. It's like washing my feet. I wash everything else thoroughly, but sometimes it's like, my feet kind of got washed. They were in here.
Just pee on them and rub them on the
Yeah,
carpet.
these
Yeah.
feet were in the tub. They're, like all the stuff goes in my feet. Like, all right, you don't need a washcloth on me. And all of a sudden, like you look down one day and you're like, oh, I need to wash my feet.
Start looking like a hobbit.
Yeah. When did I get hooves?
Why am I wearing my shoes in the shower? Oh, they're not shoes.
And this is in a shower.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that said, I think we're far enough into the program to talk about the album that I chose.
Sure. And what did you pick?
I chose the Kids soundtrack.
Soundtrack from the movie.
Kids. This film was written by Harmony Korine. He was 16, I believe, when he wrote the screenplay, and he was kind of a big deal at the time. I don't know much about the director. He did a great job on the film. Obviously, it comes off like a very documentary-esque film in New York kind of deal. I don't know. We'll discuss it a little further with the album.
Gotcha. Let's see. So it's a movie soundtrack, so it's a compilation, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Quite a
Released
few
in
songs by the band Folk Implosion and a couple tracks by Daniel Johnston.
Yeah, I'm seeing the same. This guy says it's a moody collection of lo-fi indie rock. That's cool.
This is Daniel Johnston.
Pajamas. Let's see, released in 1995 on London Records.
A lot of folk implosion.
Yeah.
They're kind of what drew me to this album in general. There's the one song that's a big deal on here,
Natural one.
Natural One, yeah. It's really good.
I don't think I've ever heard a folk implosion.
I've never seen this movie, I know that much.
Yeah, I've never seen it either.
It's one of those films that kind of like leaves a bad taste in your mouth, but it's like so well made and so geniusly believable that it's hard to dismiss the beauty of the film itself, not the content. The content's like, it's just social commentary at its finest for the mid-90s. What's really going on behind the scenes with kids in inner cities, and just, don't know. It's not really kind of the film you can really just put a bow on and give the real meaning behind it. But it's just like, it's an experience. I would suggest any cinephile to see this film. And the soundtrack, it just kind of captures that essence of like that raw energy and like ways to entertain and be entertained.
Just looking like at the movie, it says it stars Chloe Savini. Is that how you pronounce her last name?
Yeah,
She's the one on the right.
She's this one here, yeah. And then she's been in a lot of films. I forget her name.
Rosario Dawson.
Rosario Dawson.
She was in Clerks too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
She went a little more mainstream. Chloe got in some scandal with something on set.
It was a movie called Brown Bunny. She gave a dude a blowjob,
like for
real, like in this movie, and got away with it.
So have you seen this movie?
I have not.
Did you just read about that?
No,
you just heard about it?
I've heard about it.
It's a pretty well-known thing, yeah.
Yeah.
But for anybody at home who doesn't know, Collin is 24.
24, yeah.
So between myself, and Harley here, Harley and I are 32-ish, and then he's 24. So there's a bit of a generation gap. So it's fun to see like our pop culture references between them.
Yeah.
You know? But you're really on it, dude.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I love having you on the show.
Yeah, I mean, I just love, older pop culture, and I don't really care about what's going on today.
Well, you don't fake it whatsoever. Like really, and I'm like, what? And then you're like schooling me. I'm like, oh man, this guy, he actually knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time. I had a lot of free time when I was younger, and I don't know, just did a lot of reading, and as well as playing a lot of music. So
excellent.
Heard that.
Got a lot of knowledge, and got a lot of skill from it. So. I can dig it.
Absolutely.
But yeah, this movie seems pretty intense. Like, it says kids is centered on a day in the life of a group of teenagers in New York City and their hedonistic behavior towards sex and substance abuse, alcohol and other street drugs during the height of the AIDS epidemic in the mid-90s. It almost got an NC-17 rating.
Oh wow.
Oh no, it got one. Damn.
It starts off right away with him with like a random sex scene, like boom, right at the back.
Oh wow.
But it's nothing you don't really see or like too much going on. But like it sets the precedence for the whole film.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
Kind of sets up what's going to
Yeah.
happen.
It's like you really find a true villain in the main character. He's like, but he's a real villain, like an actual person that exists in society,
Yeah.
comfortably and kind of guarded by society in some way because of the people he's surrounded by. Yeah, it's kind of it's a heavy story, man.
Yeah.
But the soundtrack rules to get it kind of pumping.
The movie itself had a pretty good return. 1.5 million was their budget, and they grossed 20.4 million.
That's quite the spread, right? I have to say right there.
Pretty good
Yeah.
return.
Yeah, that's pretty successful.
I actually bought the follow-up film that's not in any way like a sequel, but that writer, Harmony Korine, made another film called Gummo, which is another one that feels like a documentary, and it's very trashy and very like way off the rails compared to Kids. It's kind of like this forgotten town and this like place where it's been destroyed by some storm or whatever, and it's just like these trashy backwards people that have just like been dysfunctionally placed, and I don't know. It's another one.
It's like a town of misfits.
Yeah, it's another one. It's kind of like The Hills Have Eyes, but in like a believable way that's not like that. It's not that deep into it. It's just a town of believable people and like completely isolated from everything. It's insane. But those places exist, but I don't think the characters are quite as animated as they are in his film.
Yeah, Hills of Eyes. That's pretty intense.
So they made a remake of that one, didn't they?
Yeah, it's like 2006, maybe.
They just sneak them in. Sometimes they squeak in a remake, and I'm like, I think they remade that film. You know?
I really don't recall.
It seems commonplace anymore, I feel like Hollywood's starting to run out of ideas.
Oh yeah, a long time ago, man.
Yeah.
All they're doing is remaking the same stuff. I mean, I think they're probably reusing a lot of storylines from like the 40s or 50s and just tweaking them for like the 60s because it's been 50 years now since the 60s and 70s.
Oh yeah.
And copyrights and stuff, I guess, wear out after
Like 20...
50 years.
It's 50 years?
I think it's 50 years. And yeah, they can just recycle them.
That's cool though, and sometimes they'll do it because I wonder if it just depends on the product, and I'm sure each contract is different in general, but it seems like they reboot stuff to get more money out of the franchise and to reissue a new copyright.
Yeah.
So it's like, say,
Yeah. I can see that.
yeah, they're like, put out another one real quick and then put a stamp on it, and they just prolong that for a while. Reboots are interesting.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the trailer for the new Halloween reboot?
I saw a photo on an article.
I saw a little bit of it.
Well, you said you'd seen the Halloween. I mean, the Rob Zombie version.
Yeah, I'm a massive Halloween fan.
Yeah,
that's my favorite horror series.
So boom, right away,
Yeah.
we've got the guy right here, topical Collin, man. You said you saw a photograph of.
Online of Jamie Lee Curtis.
Was this a meme?
No, it was like some news article. I scrolled by and it's like new Halloween, I think, and I was like, oh, you're still kicking that one.
Still quick kicking that bucket to the Koib.
Yeah.
So
That's how he talks, so I had to emulate.
me,
Koib.
Coyd.
You know,
How
I
would you
think
spell that?
I think this Halloween might be a little bit more accessible,
What?
rather than the Rob Zombie ones, because Rob Zombies were pretty intense.
I really dug his versions.
Oh, yeah.
Especially the second one, which is the one that gets dumped on, and that the more people dump on it, the more I'm like, heck yeah, dude, that's more my film. You know, if you don't like it, see what I saw in it, you know, because I think that's much more of a psychological outfit for that series than any other installment, you know. But this one is almost like they're dismissing everything. There was Halloween 1 and this film. And so I'm like...
Well, Halloween 2 happened too.
Halloween 2 did happen?
Yeah, I think so. If she got out of the hospital, you know, because, I mean, you remember Halloween 2, right?
Yeah.
You guys seen Halloween 2? And, like, it takes place in that hospital, and she escapes the hospital in the end, in the car. I would imagine it would take place after that, because, I mean, they can't take place after H2O, because she thought that she killed him in H2O, but then he comes back, it kills her in Resurrection.
See, what I'm confused about is it's like he never left the psych ward almost in some of the ways in the trailer. That was interesting to me too. But he's just in there still chilling out all this time. So it's almost like Laurie's just crazy.
Oh yeah?
That's what I've always thought too, and I think that's where Rob Zombie was going with his approach. Especially in the second one. It was almost like she was just nuts. But were these people dying or not? It's kind of, you don't know. Like, if she's just believing it's really happening, then you don't know if it's really something that's there. I kind of picked that up on it. And there's, like, all these other elements of, like, you know, spiritual elements of seeing Michael and the mom and all these other weird things. He kind of went off the rails, but it was like, why not? Just rattle it a little bit, you know? He did what he wanted to.
Yeah.
He got paid. But it's a I don't know. This new one I think is going to be okay. I'm definitely going to check it out.
Yeah.
Worst case, I'll see it at the $1.50 theater.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know, I love Cinemark.
It used to be 50 cents though.
Times have changed. I'll still pay my $2 or whatever it is. How much is it now?
I don't know, $1.50.
You want to go see a movie sometime?
You asking me out on a date?
I'm asking you out on a bromance date. Sure, why not? We'll have some brews. I think they don't serve beer there yet, do they?
No, not the movies.
They do at AMC.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the
they got
IMAX, yeah.
They got a whole stand there. It's called McGuffins, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
The best bar name ever for a
They
damn
have
place.
like movie specific drinks that they can make there. Like for Solo, they had two different kinds of drinks. One was like a vodka drink, and the other one was like a whiskey drink. It's like, oh, nice.
What are they, $11 a piece?
Oh yeah, they're totally off the charts on that. Yeah, we're not even. Yeah, but the idea of it is cool. Okay, the idea of the McGuffins bar is like top notch, cool. You can drink a beer in your seat that reclines back.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
That sounds nice.
It's nice. It's Dudes, Tunes, and Brews approved. Am I right?
Oh yeah, that's right. Speaking of approvals, what do you think of this beer? I think we already discussed it.
Are we rating it now, brews wise?
Why not?
I'll give it a solid 4 brews.
1 to 5 brews, 4 brews.
I would give. I'm almost going 4.5 for sure. Definitely a solid 4.5.
Okay.
4.5.
Yeah.
I would guess 4.5.
If I'm gonna drink some brews with the guys, get lit off of 3 of them. Beers number 3s.
Yeah, if we get there.
If
If we
we-
get there.
Yeah, I don't know about tonight.
Will it
please.
happen?
Find out tonight
Yeah.
on Dudes, Tunes, and Brews.
Yeah, man, these are solid.
I'm a fan.
It's all
Are we,
about the rock.
are we going sampler tonight? Are we going to try that German beer?
Probably try that next. These are pretty heavy as far as.
Did try interchanging the brew.
Man, why not?
Yeah, let's do it.
It's just a big flight.
So is this a yes? We're trying the other beer? Or?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Hey, yeah. You heard it here, folks. The first time on Dudes, Tunes, and Brews, we're gonna try. Wait, no. We always try a second beer. We always have a light beer.
Yeah, there's always a light beer or a lager or something cheap.
So beers number 3s. I got some Strohs.
There we go.
It's okay.
Rose.
It's new. I want to be able to try every light beer there is out there.
I'm willing to try every cheap beer. I don't care.
Let's do it. Is this the mission?
Even would you even go as low to like go to Kroger and get just the white cans that say beer on it?
Oh, dude, that's what I'm searching for. I bet that's the best.
I would do that.
Yeah.
How much would it be? Like $3.99 a 6-pack?
If that, man,
Oh,
probably like two.
$2.99?
Yeah, probably like $2,
10 for
like
10 with a
$2.50.
Kroger card?
Yeah.
They're not allowed to give you coupons for beer anymore.
No. But if you buy 6 bottles of wine, you get like $2 off.
Yeah, that's true. They had this cherry wine at Kroger that keeps tempting me. Have you seen it?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, it's right there by the cheese.
Buy the cheese.
It's called like cherry pie something or something crazy. And it's just like a cherry wine. I'm like, I bet that's really good. I'm sure it's a dessert wine.
Probably.
But I bet it'll be okay to just sit and sip on like some good old cough syrup.
Sipping on that scissor. Right?
It's a good life, dude.
So kids say.
Sprite and NyQuil.
Yeah.
There you go. Get like Lil Wayne, start having seizures.
No, screw that.
That's why you don't do that.
No, that's especially why you don't do that, yeah. Man, he's just, what is that, promethazine? That's like nausea medicine, you realize that, right?
Like codeine.
Codeine and nausea medicine.
Yeah.
I feel good. I'm taking all these drugs. It's like, dude, you're taking like the cheap drugs, too. You're taking like the nausea drugs and the cough syrup. I mean, if it works, whatever. I guess
Whatever.
I think they're like lacing their marijuana cigarettes with it, and then like dipping it in some like rubbing alcohol.
What?
Did you see what was like going on like around Indy? Like people spraying like their weed or like their tobacco with bug spray and
No.
smoking it to get a buzz.
No.
Yeah.
I've not heard of this at all.
Yeah, it just blows my mind how people are, you know.
Have you ever done like a shot of bug spray?
What?
No, I'm just teasing. I'm just joking. No, but sometimes you get that shit in your mouth, dude. No matter what you do, you know, like you're like, yeah, this wouldn't be the worst way to go.
Yep, it's one of those summer flavors. Bug spray in your mouth on accident.
When they could like the DDT guys go down the
Oh
street.
Lord, American kids! Oh no.
Attention, everyone that lives on the street. You better get inside or you're gonna die.
Right?
Oh, you don't have store windows? Sorry, Mrs. Anderson.
Man, I remember this thing.
We're just like, let's just jump rope in it. It's fun. It's like the sprinklers. That third horn I got, though, I just kept thinking it was cancer, but they said it's kind of it's a mutation that works, you know? 3 horns in, I'm looking great.
Yeah. It's like Darth Maul.
This, my friends, is the track right here. This is Folk Implosion, Natural Rum. This is what really enticed me to get this album in the first place, and I want you guys to hear it.
Oh, I know this. Yeah.
And while we're listening to this track, I'm gonna go get that German beer.
Sweet.
Fantastic.
You throw it back in the fridge. Keep it nice.
This brew we got here is called Konig Ludwig Weissbier, Royal Bavarian Hefeweizen, imported from Bavaria, Germany. I got this on a whim. I liked the pour on the label, the box itself.
I like the crest.
It's it seems very cream ale-ish in terms of presentation. We'll see. Have you guys seen Beer Fest?
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you seen Beer Fest?
On weed.
Oh man,
John Stewart.
on Comedy Central, they have a different cut of it. What's wrong with you, my friend? Of course, on weed.
You always make that
Yeah.
joke.
Yeah, that's my joke. He did well.
Oh,
That popped off nicely. Like,
just use your teeth.
ooh,
I tried that once and it is not pleasant.
he's got a couple good caps though. Like, you interchange them. I've seen that. Sometimes you got the green ones. Sometimes
Green,
you
I got the ones that glow.
Yeah, yeah,
It really pisses the lightning bugs off.
yeah. They're like, I was gonna fuck your teeth. Look.
Oh.
Gotta get under it. There we go.
And there he goes, everybody.
Alrighty.
I'm pouring it sloppily, like a sloppy, angry man who wants another brew. All right, we're waiting on the head to grow. I want it to look like the picture. It's got a good creamy, foamy head to it. It's not quite bellowing over the sides of my glass quite as the
Natural.
picture shows.
Cloudy wheat brew. Brewed according to the Bavarian purity law. And here we are dumping them into big mugs with the remnants of IPA.
Yeah.
Is it that deep though? Will it really like? I'm no beer scientist, so I don't know the parts per million. Oh, you just gave it like a nice little like shove it in there. That's how I should have poured it. Mine's weak and like I don't ever understand. Yeah, look at
Well,
that.
this time, yeah.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
Let's do it.
Golds. Oh, I would make love to this beer with my fist.
That's velvety.
That is pure like honey.
Yeah.
Silk like the German sunset.
The last beer was nice, but it was kind of just like I'm gonna punch you in the mouth just a little bit.
It's like boxing with your brother. Somebody's bleeding at the end of it, but you guys still talk to each other
Yeah.
at Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, this is more like, hey, I'll give you a shoulder massage.
Right?
It's not weird.
This is a beer that asks you
I
how
hurt you.
you're doing.
I'll make it up to you.
I'll touch your shoulders, but just a couple guys hanging out drinking some beer.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's smooth. But how's that? Like, it seems like, may I
You
try
wanna-
the difference?
what?
I'm serious. I know. Is that
Just
weird?
Drink from that side.
Okay. I can respect that. I'm just curious.
It's a cloudy beer, so I made sure I kind of just like mushed it up.
I'm really like, I think it does make a slight difference.
It
Not
is
enough
nice.
to really like warrant wanting to swap beers,
I like
but
the way it like sticks to my mustache.
have you ever? Yeah.
The flavor saver.
Well, you got a very impressive handle.
Yeah.
By the way, that's top-notch bass material. That's slapping the bass like you mean it.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna drink one of these freaking Hefeweizens.
I'm gonna drink it proudly because
Konig Ludwig Weissbier.
it is it's fantastic.
It's amazing.
Weissbier. It's nice to know that you know that W's are pronounced like V's.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? Like the few little bits of things you know. Like I can't speak German, but I at least know W's are pronounced like V's.
Exactly. And I also like the history of letters, like trying to trace them back to where their origins. And the W looks like a double V because in a lot of other languages it is a double V. and somehow we have incorporated it to this other place. And there was this teacher that one time had told me that the vowels, you know, simple thing, A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y, and W.
I've never heard of W.
I've never heard of W.
And it was kind of an interesting approach. I've never Googled it. I've never really looked into it, but it's always been in the back of my head of, was she being facetious?
Maybe, because I was going to say sometimes G.
But
Yeah.
I kind of think of a W as being a softer letter if it wants to be, but at the same time it can be very strong like a V. So it works as like a double V sound, but it also works as like brow. You know, it really like pulls the O to this soft like kind of. It's that in between kind of. It's a consonant, but it totally chills with the vowels. You know what I mean? Like the W is nothing without vowels, and I guess that's a lot of consonants in general. But they usually like. It's very fluid. I don't know. I think language is very fluid. And back to the V thing. So there's something about the German language that's very abrasive, but it's very structured.
I always wanted to learn German because you can yell anything in German and it sounds scary.
Ich liebe dich means I love you, but you're like I'm scared of you, and like Ich liebe dich, but they're like Ich liebe dich, but it probably depends on which part of the town you're in.
I knew one German phrase once, like haben Sie Platz, or ist das Tisch frei? That means take a seat, and is the seat free?
I don't know anything in German.
Ich komme mit dem Moped
I'm a
means I
bit
came here on my moped. I came here on my moped.
Moped.
I can do the alphabet and count to 100.
Moped. A Dewey bike.
Moped on the U-Bahn. I love it. Yeah, Germany. I'd like to go there. They say that the climate's pretty similar to Indiana.
Haben Sie Wiener Schnitzel?
Yeah, I just say yeah to everything. They like me a lot. They like me at German Fest. I've noticed that at Oktoberfest when I go every year, they're very pleasant.
Well, they're paid to be pleasant. Bro.
They're very pleasant to me. I guess I feel very German.
They're
there.
like the snack hookers.
I always get like very fresh haircut when I go there. They're like, "Oh, I see you're from Germany." I'm like, "I'm not from Germany. I'm from Indiana." I'm like, "Oh, Venus, it's so." But then I realize they're just really drunk and they're saying it to everyone.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like, I need to quit taking certain things so personally.
It sounds like a gross overgeneralization.
And I see that they went over to this like black guy over there and they're like, "Hey, you're from Germany." He's like, "Yeah, man." And then like eating some, you like Wiener Schnitzel? He's like, "Yeah, I like Wiener Schnitzel. That's why I'm at this German Fest."
Well, German Fest is a nice activity for the whole family.
Do you go to Oktoberfest?
I've been a couple times.
I'm going this year for sure. Can we take this show to do two and some brews at Oktoberfest?
I don't know if they'd let us do that.
We totally do that.
Why couldn't we? Just need an outlet and some. I mean, we just go live the whole time.
Good.
All I know is I'm getting what was it? Knockwurst with some of that rye sauerkraut. Oh boy.
Yeah, I get the I get the apples. I get the apples and the potato cakes, and they're very rude.
Potato cake's nice.
But you only get one or two potato cakes. That's it. And I saw somebody try to get back in line, and that guy got mad. He's like, "No more potato cakes."
Amateurs. That's why you do. That's why you do a little bit, and then you'll get a pretzel too. You'll be all right.
Yeah, and then they got that root beer stand. That's at that last stop after I've had a couple boots, dude. I go and get the German roasted nuts, and then I go to the root beer stand, and it is the frothiest, tastiest root beer ever. And those ladies are just like, "Yeah, you like root beer?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Oh, they're Swedish." And they're like, "No."
Man, where the hell are you going to Oktoberfest? Because I need to check this out.
Yeah.
I go to German Park.
Me too.
I guess I just get drunk enough to where it's like fairies and like Swedish Germans.
You're just like buying root beer off of some dude in his van.
Yeah.
So
It's
messed up
so
and
frothy and tasty. I don't know. After a couple boots, who cares? It's a very good night.
Their prices are ridiculous though. Last time I went, it was $22 for a beer because
What?
you buy the tickets, and then it's like $8, eight tickets for a loot, and then like 11 tickets for a beer or something like that. It's ridiculous, and each ticket's worth $1. But if you go and you look around, because they got it set up to where like you end up with like 1 ticket, or 2 tickets that you can't use.
Yeah, everything's odd with that.
And you look around, you can find the tickets on the ground. People are like, I don't need this.
This
Or
guy
you can get some intel, and then go to like Walmart or like Hobby Lobby or something like that, and then go buy some tickets, and then sneak in there, and then
Or just go buy all the tickets that you can think of in the most popular locations, and just keep them on hand for any event.
Or
in
you
your trunk, and have like a nice like utility rack, like
Dude.
oh, what am I gonna choose today? You know, red, blue, green, yellow. Let's do something.
Or you get caught and you're in your mid-30s and it's really embarrassing when you lose your job because you were too broke to make $30 to support a German festival. But that spool was very handy.
Yeah, I mean, you can...
I think really selling it to other people is where you're going to make the money. Come on, guys. Amateurs, have a boot and you need to get a better Ponzi scheme. Or Potsy.
Potsy.
Yeah. Mouth.
Ralph Mouth. That's a stupid ass name.
There aren't enough Happy Days memes.
I did Alf Mouth. Alf Mouth.
You did an Alf mouth?
Yeah.
No.
I did.
That's okay. What was the content?
It was a picture of Ralph Mouth from the Happy Days, the red-haired guy.
Right.
What was his name?
His name was
It doesn't matter.
Potsy. No, the Potsy was the other guy. He's the cooler guy.
The guy who sang all
Ralph Mouth.
Ralph Mouth.
Yeah, that's the redhead guy.
I was trying to remember his actual name, but I forget it.
I don't know. He's just redheaded.
Donnie Most.
Donnie Most. That's it.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
Once again, Collin has saved the day with.
How do you know? I don't even know.
He's like-
All right, funny thing. Family Guy, right? And there's an episode, and Donnie Most Ghost shows up, and
That's
it's played by Donnie Most, and they have that song, you know, Donnie Most.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Weird. I remember that song.
Monday, happy days.
What a reference, dude.
Right?
Basically, Family Guy is just an entire show built around
Nostalgia.
They're just memes,
And
dude.
just
The entire
stupid
show is a
stuff,
meme.
Yeah, pretty much.
I never really thought about it, but it's totally what it is. It's referencing and giving some sort of like commentary on it.
Yeah.
That's Family Guy.
With a very brief story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just learned this new thing where it's like they talk about breaking away from the story and it being like a way of making like a joke real fast.
Cutaways.
Yeah, the cut away with it, like, and all that, the way that they break the narrative, it's a way that it gets people kind of like, it fits the ADD kind of element that happens in society now. It's like entertainment now.
Yeah.
But they kind of set the precedence with that too. I think
Yeah.
that
They came on in '99.
yeah, I can't believe it's a '90s
Wow.
'90s outfit.
They've been on. I think they're the second longest running TV series behind.
South Park has got to be way ahead.
No. Because what was Simpsons is number one.
Yeah.
Simpsons just beat Gunsmoke recently.
Really?
Gunsmoke had like 643 episodes.
Well, if we're getting technical, we could call this animated. But like, if you want to get like real technical, like soap operas and stuff like that, like Days of Our Lives, and
good
like
Lord,
Young
I
and
didn't even
Restless, they have like thousands of episodes.
That's right.
I didn't, yeah, they don't even get mentioned in that either. That's a good point.
Yeah.
They're kind of the underdogs of programming.
Yeah.
Soap operas?
Yeah.
They're garbage to like fill the TV in the morning.
But let's talk about it on like a professional level. They have to turn those cameras on and actors show up 9 to 5.
True, I mean.
Every single day. Like, that's real. They're like the news, dude.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
It doesn't matter if
That's
people are watching
true.
it. People give them no credit.
No, they gotta get.
But you know
Old
who
people
does
have to have their
credit?
stories, man.
That's right.
You know who
Watch
does give them credit? People. Because a lot of people watch soap operas.
They
that you
do.
don't- I made this joke to this guy once at work. I was like, blah, blah, blah. You've been down there at the break room just watching them soaps. And like he looked at me kind of angrily. And then
As he was.
And then he goes, yeah, because Donnie, man, he just got that shit figured out back at home. And I was like, oh! Like he was in on the joke so quick that it was like, I think he really was watching them soaps, though. I don't think it was. a joke.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
But you know, he admitted it. And then you know what? I sit down sometimes and you start watching it, and people clue you in on what's going on. And you're like, man, that's heavy. This soap opera's crazy. But I like the Mexican soap operas better because they're very sexualized.
They talk so fast.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah. Spanish lingo.
It's not blah blah. It's like blah 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 blah.
But you know, people have actually learned how to speak Spanish by watching Spanish soap operas.
I know, and like I took Spanish for like 2 or 3 years in high school.
Same.
And so I watch these when I see them on TV. I'm like, I can't pick up shit.
¿Qué pasa? No sombrero? No bueno.
Bueno, ¿Dónde está el baño?
Sí.
Yeah.
¿Dónde está mi tamale?
There you go. Where's my
Muy.
tamale?
Where's my tamale?
Necesito.
Fiesta en mi pantalones.
Necesito biblioteca, señor.
Chorado.
Enchilado? The Chevy Chorado? The new Chevy Chorado.
Chevy Chorado. It'll get you there.
Have Bob Seger make a song about
Right.
that.
Get you there.
Buy some stock.
There you go.
May as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm invested in this drug.
it's a sound investment.
Yeah.
Bob Seger, you know, I've seen pictures of him when he was younger. He was a handsome man.
Yeah.
Bearded
You know,
man.
a lot of hair all
Lot of
over.
hair.
I thought it was Kenny Rogers.
Long hair Kenny Rogers.
Hippie Kenny Rogers.
Yeah.
Well, you know, what condition my condition was in.
Oh yeah, first edition.
So you want to know something funny about that? Kenny Rogers actually discovered Don Henley from the Eagles.
Really?
Yeah. So Don Henley was in this group. I can't remember the name. It's on their documentary. Their documentary's on Netflix. If you ever get the chance, watch it. It's 3 hours long, but it's broke up in 2 parts.
Did Ken Burns make it?
No.
Damn it.
Did David Byrne?
No. No, but like there's a part in there where Don Henley talks about like how he wrote a letter to Kenny Rogers, like he was supposed to be in town, and it's like, hey, like come check out my band, like, you know, we're playing here on this date, and I guess he showed up and was like, oh man, like these guys are pretty good, and then he signed them. Actually, he got them signed, and then, you know, Don Henley moves to L.A., meets up with Glenn Frey. They start playing with Linda Ronstadt. Yeah. They start playing with Linda Ronstadt.
Blue Bayou.
That's actually how the Eagles became to be, was because they were Linda Ronstadt's backing band.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know this.
Yeah. And
Wait, what? Who was?
The Eagles. Yeah.
No way, Linda Ronstadt?
Yeah.
Dude, I used to say, like, if I want something quickly, I was like, come on, give that to me, Linda Ronstadt. And then somebody starts singing Blue Bayou, and I'm like, it's like 3 minutes later, and they finally hand it to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then after that, like they came to terms with her, and they were like, yeah, so we're gonna go start our own thing, and she was like, do it, have at it, like you guys are so talented, like go do your own thing. Wow. Yeah, and then they took off.
That's cool.
You know what's funny though is people are like, yada yada blah blah blah. If the Eagles came out today, they would be a country band.
You know, the Eagles, they're what they are.
I love the Eagles.
I like the Eagles, don't get me wrong. I mean,
I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I mean,
I understand.
it's okay.
Let the man speak, Collin.
I know.
My word. This man's talking about something passionate here.
Okay. I need to catch up with you guys, so I'll
Yeah,
drink some more of my
effervescing
brew.
yourself, my friend.
Yeah.
Welcome to Germany. I'll drink you under the table when we're drinking clean, fresh, crisp German beer. Or when I haven't eaten dinner and I'm already drunk.
Damn it. I forgot where I was going.
Oh, I was defending him on speaking on the way
Yeah.
That's great.
Did you
Glenn Frey, the Eagles.
Fry, Eagles.
Your opinion.
Eagles, fried chicken.
Fried Eagles.
Yeah.
Philadelphia.
Yeah, that was Benjamin Franklin's favorite breakfast.
Cream cheese.
Fried Eagles.
Fried Eagles and
Yes.
cream cheese.
Yes. I forgot what the hell I was gonna say.
Spread that shit between the two. Bagels, my god. I don't care who you are. That's delicious.
You're getting a little too animated over what? Cream cheese? String cheese?
Cream cheese over a freshly warmed bagel? Harley?
What about
you know
string
what I mean?
cheese?
String cheese
I
on a
didn't-
bagel?
Like oil on a bagel.
Hey,
No, yeah, you just peel it off there and just layer it on there.
Dude,
And that opens up the next segment
pulled
of
cheese like pulled pork.
pulled
No.
cheese. We got pulled cheese sandwiches with barbecue sauce. You just soak them in. You soak pulled cheese and barbecue sauce.
Right. And you serve it with freaking Lay's ripples.
Oh, it's just one person gets all the cheese and one
Ruffles.
hefty swoop. They get all the cheese
Oh.
because it's not like a soft cheese spread.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Where's your science man on that, Harley? Where's your physics major? You gotta put Velveeta cheese in there. You can't put string cheese. It's gonna be one guy gets all of it.
You're right. Unless you leave it on a burner and it stays
It's the same
Simmering.
It's
difference.
warm,
it stays simmering.
And that, folks, opens up tonight's segment of What's in Josh's Fridge.
What
yeah.
is
Oh boy.
Are you guys hungry? Will you
it?
try something that's in my fridge that's delicious?
I don't know. I mean, last time we tried the Twinkie Wiener sandwiches, and I said I would not eat any more stuff on the
What
show.
if it was the chili cheese Twinkie Wiener sandwich, Chicago style?
Hell no.
There's tomato relish, and I think there's like a ham sandwich shoved deep within the cream filling.
And yeah, no.
That's not what's happening. These are stuffed lasagna rolls.
Stuffed lasagna rolls?
You got a lasagna, right? You know how lasagna, you like put layers of flavor and you stack it up?
Yeah.
Take all that layers of flavor, put it in a single lasagna noodle, roll it up, and you place them in the pan.
Oh, they have those at Olive Garden.
It's like the tapas of lasagna.
Of lasagna.
Pot stickers of lasagna.
Huh. So they're like pizza rolls.
Yeah, lasagna,
Lasagna rolls.
Lasagna rolls, yeah. It literally.
It's like a pierogi.
Why?
Lasagna
Pierogi, I think they call
You know
it.
what a pierogi is?
It's like
It's a potato.
it's like potato cake, like
Pouch.
meat, like pouch.
It's a
yeah.
potato ravioli. It's a lie, is what it is. Because here's why.
So it's like gnocchi
Polish.
with
I
something in
was
it.
so excited I was gonna eat some ravioli one night. I cooked it up, and I took a bite of it, and there was potatoes in the middle. I was like, "What the balls is this?"
Potato ravioli.
Potato, but you know what?
Potatioli.
You know what potatoes are also good in though?
Soup?
Tomato sauce. So it was a win-win.
Yeah, it's a Spanish thing. It's really
Delicious.
good.
Real good.
That makes a good tapas with some roasted almonds.
Los Tapastias.
That was a restaurant in Greenwood.
Tapatio.
Yeah, you know what they had? The number 2 Speedy Gonzales. You know what a guy that I worked with that was of Hispanic origin said?
His name was number 2 Speedy Gonzales.
That was his middle name, and he said that was his Christian name. No, for real though. He said, you go to a place and they have the number 2 Speedy Gonzales, they're probably affiliated with a regimen of gentlemen that basically the Mexican mafia.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Whoa.
but in a sense of like not to spread the word too quickly here on the
Say,
program.
What are you talking about here?
But he
Now
said
watch,
that
they're
it's
gonna
like,
come knocking on the door.
it's like the family. It's like the family of like Spanish heritage, or those. It's their corporation,
Okay.
but it's not like a McDonald's corporation. It's like under the table McDonald's corporation.
It's like some Al Capone.
Yeah, and those are my favorite restaurants. They're always those ones that are like pretend Spanish words, like Los Tapatios or like El Azabache.
I think those are words.
I think they're like kind of words or like places or like maybe I just don't know Spanish.
Hey, all I know is if you go, like, I went to North Carolina about 10 years ago and had a Mexican restaurant meal, and the menu was exactly the same as my menus here in Indianapolis.
Right, exactly. So there's
It's
an
universal.
there's an underground red barn
It's
scenario.
Yeah, it's like there's a mother company and all these just branches of that.
But they were basically giving me the ones up C's on it, you know, and I'm like, oh, that's cool, that's pretty interesting. I'll talk about that on my podcast in 12 years,
Yeah.
and here I am.
The Chinese takeout restaurants are probably the same.
Yeah, you do kind of have like that overhead that's very like general basic,
It's
and
very,
also
very
general
universal.
so
Yeah.
basic. I toot my own horn.
I think you need a date.
Hi-oh.
More like a
Hello.
couple raisins, am I right?
Oh.
No.
Raisins the roof. California.
Time for a raisin.
got no time for me.
So what we got with the kids album? I think that might have been
I think
it.
that was actually it. We are at the 55-minute mark.
I feel like we got another 15 to kill.
Yeah, probably.
We've got our friend here. What were you thinking, Collin, when you showed up here at my home?
Well,
At
Collin,
Studio B.
Colin hit me up
Studio
earlier
B.
today, and he knew we were doing this because you keep putting these event things on there.
Yeah.
They're not physical events, people. If you're watching this, they're not physical events. But if you want to show up, bring snacks or beer or just like good energy.
Yeah, why
Mostly good energy.
Some
To
good
show
chi.
up with chi.
not? We need good cheat.
That's it.
Hopefully, I have good chi.
No, for real. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, this is great.
I mean, I hung out with you last night and tonight.
Yeah.
You got good cheat, my
I
friend.
feel like I'm always hanging out with you, and I've met you twice.
Right?
Yeah.
You're our
2.3
first reoccurring guest.
2.3 times I've met you. I've met you a third at a
Yeah,
time.
at that gig that one
Yeah,
night.
yeah.
Yeah, with that. Yeah. Was it
That place.
Cousin Freddie?
Yes.
Cousin Freddie.
Yeah, you guys played a gig last night.
We did
Yes.
play a gig.
Yeah.
To remind the viewers, Colin and I play in a group together called Cousin Freddie.
Yes.
And we rock. We will do birthday parties and festivals and corporate events. And if you
Yes.
give us money, we'll play for you.
That's right.
Yeah, what's the, like, do you guys have any, like, other hidden talents? Like, can you make balloon animals? Can you,
I know Colin likes Legos.
I do like a lot of Legos.
Legos, okay. Are you good at toasting a sandwich?
Toasting a sandwich?
What
While you're playing drums.
Okay.
Maybe.
Can you make a snack in the oven and play drums for like 5 minutes and not get completely distracted, not to burn them?
7-minute interlude.
Yes.
You're hitting your hi-hat. You're kind of tapping your tapping your,
Little swing.
Your
Little
little-
swing beat.
yeah.
Yeah.
but you got a free hand.
Yeah.
You're parched. You want a drink. You get a little sip. So you're like, that was good, but I want a sandwich. And you know that there's like at least 72 bars ahead of you just tapping this phrase. And old dude's up there, and he's just talking about. You guys are doing a Doris song. You know?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
This is the
Yeah.
my little friend. And you're like, oh shit, dude, I'm so hungry. I should have thought about this before I got on stage.
I need a peanut butter and jelly right
But
now.
you got
Oh, you need a big
so
tendy.
much time.
Yeah, yeah, I need a tenderloin, yeah.
Yeah, and so
Big
you're like,
tendy.
what are we gonna do? I need a big tendy. Boom, dude, you got a deep fryer sitting right there. Dude.
Yeah.
And then
I got pork, I got the mallet, like gotta beat it down when I'm playing.
You have a deep fryer next to the drums.
I can you know, whenever I'm coming down with the downbeat, you know, each beat would be at the mallet, hitting
you
the
take
tenderloin.
a
Tenderloin solo and you're
Yeah.
beating the shit out of it.
you take a bead of sweat, right?
Yeah.
And you flick it at that fryer.
Make sure it's hot enough.
Yeah.
My only friend to the end. Oh, this guy's gonna talk about some weird incestual stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just tapping this shit.
Yeah.
I'm so hungry.
Let me get a bite of this tenderloin. Yeah, dude, I could probably totally do it if I was doing like if I was doing a
don't jump
beat.
too quickly. You haven't
Yeah?
put that thing in the fryer?
Oh.
Yeah, friend.
Oh, I thought we were past that. All right, yeah,
Where's
yeah.
the tenderloin been this whole time,
Yeah,
bro?
we still gotta put the cheese and everything on
Bro, we're
there.
running out of bars here, man. Where's the tenderloin?
Where's it at?
Where's it at?
I don't know, man. We gotta get it.
This is taking way too damn long.
Yeah.
Bro, you cook that tenderloin, you eat it, kills it. Something else.
So are you asking him if he could eat a sandwich and play a song? Is that
I never got to get that point. This poor boy didn't even find the tenderloin within his loins to put it out there. You didn't even dress the sandwich, Colin.
Yeah.
Where are these toasted buns? You had enough
Right.
time with him.
I need some
being-
brioche. I need some pretzel buns. Like, come on.
Is that? Are we? Ooh, I like that. He's right there.
Yeah.
He talked about it. Ciabatta bread is a clean, quick, good bread to fulfill me, but
ciabatta, I think, would be too much for a tenderloin.
for a tenderloin, it's taken away from the
ciabatta would
loin.
be too chewy
Right.
of a bread for a tenderloin.
Yes.
So it's more of like
You
a
need something
turkey
soft.
sandwich.
You need a big yeast roll for a tenderloin.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
Or like a Hawaiian like sweet roll. Do they have Hawaiian sweet roll
What?
buns?
Dude.
that's taken to another level. I never thought about that.
Yeah.
What's this ciabatta bread? Oh, we already talking about ciabatta bread, but like there's like the one was like they cut the like I don't know. It's like they got the soft pretzel bread, like you said, and just I don't know. There's so many good breads. I like bread.
Yes, breads.
Yeah.
I like rye a lot.
Rye.
I like strong flavors.
I like
Normal?
sourdough.
Dark rye.
Sourdough is good. I love dark rye. I love pumpernickel. I love soft rye. I love
I've
Jewish rye.
never tried pumpernickel.
You know, I don't think I've ever had
Pumpernickel.
rye bread.
Dude, rye is fantastic.
Almost.
I like the rye chips and Chex Mix.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, those
And
are
what
good.
that with the rye is pretty much caraway seeds, and that's just ground down and it's.
They have a caraway mustard. How do you feel about caraway mustard?
No, not into.
Would it be
I'm not
like
a big
black
fan of
mustard?
That's like the black licorice of
Right. I can see that.
Oh, and this brings us to beers number 3s. Are we doing it? First of all, you never answered if you wanted a delicious meal. You guys want what's in my fridge?
I have no idea if I want what's in your fridge.
It's the lasagna rolls.
I mean, I brought some snacks.
Let's open those snacks. I'm gonna try these snacks. What do you got tonight?
I have vanilla wafers,
That's the
First of all,
And
those are
some
pretzel bites.
peanut butter pretzel things like I brought last week.
are those the exact same ones you brought last week?
No, I ate those.
Okay, all right.
But these are
Those
the
things
same,
are killer.
Are
these
these
the same things.
similar to like combos?
Kind of like combos, but they are
Peanut butter.
pretzels with peanut butter in them.
How come combos never did peanut butter? It seems like it's the simplest thing. They're like cheddar and pizza, and that was it forever. And then
They got a bunch of different ones.
did they
though.
get creative?
They have like a nacho
Oh.
one.
They had a buffalo blue cheese for me.
That one's that one's good. They have a sweet
Sorry, bro.
they have a sweet line now, and they have like a chocolate like double dip chocolate kind of thing now. It's pretty good. I think it's a pretzel as well.
What?
I love chocolate covered pretzels. Like no joke.
Fill the pretzel with caramel that's in a Rolo. Dip that sumbitch in some chocolate.
Oh man.
Possibly like 60% cacao. Just enough dark to where it's like, boom, with a little bold. But just to salt the outside of it. Put it in a bag.
Or
You're welcome.
just take regular roasted peanuts, salt them, dip them sons of bitches in chocolate.
Have a party.
Boom. You're done.
No cacao on the chocolate though. You like no chocolate on it?
Peanuts and chocolate are probably one of the best flavor combinations in the world.
Yes.
I'm not an expert, nor do I claim to be one, but I would fight Gordon Ramsay over this
Yeah.
this phrase here.
I would punch Gordon Ramsay in the nose
I
for
like
that.
the French vanilla ice cream. The really yellow, like old school, like country ice cream.
Butter.
Yeah.
With a
I
hot
think that was country crop.
whatever country pie with some sugar. I put that in some rice, dude. For real, that's like the most delicious food ever. White rice, country crop, and just regular ass table sugar. It's amazing, dude. Oh yeah, I like to eat depression foods.
Depression foods.
Oh
He's
shit.
like-
Damn it.
I'll get that in a minute.
Yeah, we don't sweep around here on Dudes, Tins, and Brews.
I dropped a pretzel nugget on the floor. Anyways, we're not going to do beers number 3 tonight because we're almost to the end. And,
Good beers tonight. You
Yeah.
got an album?
yeah, not bad.
What'd you think about that album? What would you rate it? I feel like we didn't do the rating system with Hanson last week.
No, we didn't thank Travis for showing up, and we forgot a lot of things last week.
Yeah,
we got
reminiscent with Travis and everything.
beers number 3s happened, and
It sure did.
we sure did.
I feel like beers number 4s happened post edit.
Probably.
Well, that's how things go on here, Dudes, Tunes, and Brews. We eat snacks, we listen to tunes, we drink beers, and we hang out with Collin Banks.
Yeah. Colin's becoming a fixture here. And I'm sharing my pretzel nuggets with him.
Yeah.
Those are good pretzel buns.
And I love it.
I will give these 5 brews. You heard it here, folks. The first 5 brews on Dudes, Tunes, and Brews.
The pretzel nuggets, yeah, I'd give them 5 brews.
Yeah,
Yeah,
5
but-
brews definitely.
And these, have a couple pretzel nuggets. Eat them with some delicious vanilla wafer things
Dude.
here.
You can get a whole like gallon like bucket of these of the peanut butter nuggets. You can get a whole gallon of these at Rural King for like $6.
Really?
Yeah.
What am I doing with my life, dude? This is what I should
You
do.
need to get your ass to Royal King.
You can survive off these.
It's protein.
Yep.
And salt.
Hella protein, man.
And salt. Salt is electrolytes, man.
I just wonder, like, can we do a segment where we just, like, I live off of these for 30 days?
Like some supersized me shit.
You heard it here, folks. I will live off of these for 30 days. This is all I will eat. And all I will drink is tap water.
You're not gonna do it.
Flint, Michigan tap water.
I didn't want to go there with it. That's exactly what I was thinking.
You're not gonna do it.
So I already did it.
Whatever. What's the incentive? What did I just sign up for?
Don't speak with your mouth full of vanilla wafers.
It's like you know me.
I'm looking right at you.
Right it back at you, my friend. Well, we want to thank everybody for coming out here tonight for another awesome episode of Dudes.
Tunes.
And Brews.
And, yeah. We'll do this again next week, probably.
What we got going on next week? It's Father's Day?
Is it?
Yeah, next Sunday is Father's Day.
Okay,
You're a
then.
dad.
Yeah.
I'm a dad, but I don't pay attention to these things.
It's
I just
true.
do what I'm supposed to do every
It's
day.
another commercial holiday. I was gonna go to Kings Island. They have like 12 freaking really cheap tickets. Well, it's probably a bunch of other people are gonna go on Father's
Probably.
Day. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna hang out at home and do what I do every day, Pinky, and try to take over the world.
so far so good.
Now,
Oh.
anyways, Dudes, Tunes, Brews, episode 4.
Episode 4.
We'll do something next week.
A New Hope.
A New Hope.
Dudes.
Tunes
And Bros.
and Brews.
We're adults.
We do.
Listen to tunes.
Listen to tunes.
Drink some brews.
Drinking some brews.
We're adults.
We're dudes.
Listen to tunes.
Listen to tunes.
And drink some brews.
And drinking some brews.